Weapon Modifier Corruption. By far the most powerful glitch in Zelda Breath of the Wild, and one which can turn even the weakest weapon into a game-breaking killing machine. Yet while any weapon can be useful here, there are of course a few that are better than others. Whether it's overpowered bows and swords, or lesser known weapons' interesting effects, certain items become exceptionally good with the WMC glitch. So today we're going to look at them and rank 10 of the best weapons to power up with WMC. You ready? Let's do this. Starting with an item that isn't a weapon at all, at least in the traditional sense. No, we're talking a shield this time, and the Savage Lionel one in particular. Why? Well, here's the interesting thing about Lionel shields. They're the only shields that can do damage to enemies if you block attacks with them. Problem is, that's very unlikely to happen in a normal playthrough. The damage these things do is pitiful, with even the most powerful one only doing 21 damage at the most. WMC completely removes that problem. Now the shield can do up to 141 damage a blow, with even more insane results if used attack boosting food or armour. It's busted as hell and makes a shield only playthrough all the more plausible. And speaking of unexpected items, the next item on our list is a great example there too. Namely, the good old spring-loaded hammer. At first glance, this doesn't sound like a great choice. It does minimal damage, it makes a squeaky sound when it hits an enemy, and is sold by Kilton alongside those goofy monster masks and dark armour sets. Yet surprisingly, this hammer actually has a multitude of properties that make it ideal for WMC. For one thing, it's actually the most durable weapon in the game. Seriously, it's got 80 durability in total, putting above both the Master Sword and Champion weapons. And it can fling enemies around like pinballs too, letting you clear whole rooms of monsters with ease. So imagine those properties now added up with 120 extra damage. Suddenly, this joke weapon isn't much of a joke at all. And speaking of hammers, the normal one is a great choice too. Why? Because despite its usually low power, it actually has a hidden effect that makes it 4 times more powerful against ore deposits, including those used as weak spots for stone taluses. As a result, if you add any kind of obscene attack bonus to it, then you officially have a Royal Guard Claymore level weapon that can take out a talus in a single blow. Talk about a game breaker. Still, enough about hammers for now, let's talk axes. Namely, everyone's favourite overpowered guardian weapon, the good old ancient Battle Axe ++. If you've seen all the analysis posts on Reddit, you'll know all about this one. It's technically the most powerful weapon in the core game, since it can be boosted with both attack up and ancient proficiency. But what happens if you add some WMC to it too? Well, absolute chaos ensues, that's what. Suddenly, this weapon doesn't even need to be thrown to take out a talus, and can tear through guardians like a hot knife through butter. It's ridiculous really, and shows how insane WMC can be when used properly. But as good as melee weapons are, its bows are the most interesting ones. Like say, the ancient one. Not only is this one extremely durable with great range, but it also has the ability to shoot straight through Ganon's force field too. So, after it's powered up with WMC, the second phase of the final fight becomes even more of a joke than ever before. Meanwhile, if you want something a bit more traditional, the champion weapons are great choices here too. After all, they're already ridiculously powerful items in a normal form, but once WMC is added to a mix, things just get even crazier. The light scale trident goes from a strong spear to a weapon of mass destruction, and the great eagle bow can now shoot arrows 10 at a time with extra damage and zoom. It's truly incredible to see and means you can finally avenge your fallen champions in a way no one would ever expect. But it's not just obvious weapons that are good here. No, the one hit Obliterate from the champion's Ballad Quest is good too. Yeah, at first glance this sounds insane. After all, you're stuck at a quarter of a heart, you need glitches to get it, and in the one quest it's useful, it already has infinite attack power, so why bother? Well, for a number of reasons really. For starters, it already has infinite durability. This makes it the only weapon in the game other than the Bar of Light to never break, giving you a way to take down every enemy in the game with just this weapon. And it also disables void outs too, so if you're stuck on the wrong side of a lava pit, you can just swim across with this one, assuming you've got enough fairies and food to hold out there. It's a Savage Lionel Crusher level weapon with infinite durability and the ability to swim in lava. What's not to love? And speaking of Lionel Crushers, that brings us to Savage Lionel Crusher, or as we like to call it, the ultimate Lionel Back Scratcher. Since on a purely statistical level, the Savage Lionel Crusher is the most powerful weapon in the core game. Yeah, the Royal Guard's Claymore has a higher attack bonus, but that's only without glitches. With WMC, the Savage Lionel Crusher actually reigns supreme. And with a base attack power of between 183 and 198 and the ability to do nearly 300 per blow of attack up food or armour, it becomes busted as all hell with this glitch applied to it. Mounted to Lionel to attack, you can do nearly 1500 damage before you're thrown off. Did the whole spin to win strat? Well, that's enough to obliterate a Guardian Scout in seconds, especially if it's frozen or affected by an elemental effect. Talk about a truly powerful weapon. Regardless, where powerful melee weapons are concerned, only one offers it in full, that being the iconic Master Sword. That's because not only does it have a base power of 60 when powered up, but it has insane durability too, with about 188 durability due to how the system now works. Add a massive attack bonus stat with WMC, and well, you have some interesting results on your hands. Suddenly, you go from doing a few thousand damage for an into recharge to doing up to 33,840 damage even before attack boosting food or armour. It's insane really, and literally lets you take out every boss in the game in one sitting before needing to recharge. The Blights, Master Koga, Maz Kosia, Calamity Ganon, none can survive the power of the Master Sword or its Age of Calamity level destructive power. Yet even with that level of power, there's still one weapon to beat them all. One item in Breath of the Wild that can single-handedly dominate the entire game. And that's the Bar of Light. Before WMC, it's already a game breaker with infinite ammo, infinite durability and a base 100 attack power to its name. But when WMC is applied, things get even crazier. Suddenly, you can give it another 100 or so attack power, turning from a game breaker into a game annihilator. And that's without the insanity that's multi-shot. Dear Lord, multi-shot. You think 200 damage is broken? Well, imagine that times 10. All aimed at the same target but in quick succession like a machine gun. Yeah, now that's destruction right there. It's completely insane and instantly trivialises everything about the game in one foul swoop. This isn't just a game breaker, this isn't some Savage Lionel level gear. This is the Hylian equivalent of a nuclear missile launcher with unlimited ammo. If Link had this thing in the Great Calamity, he would single-handedly be able to save Hyrule. It's just that powerful. So there's no point even questioning it. The Bar of Light is the most powerful item in the game, and the WMC glitch makes it the most overpowered item in Zelda history. Still, that's our list of weapons and suggestions to power up with the WMC glitch. So what do you think? Do you agree with our choices, or do you feel some other items should have made the list here? Leave your thoughts in the comments below or over on a Discord server today.